Now, you are my second favourite Texan, and I knew I had to ask you about this rebrand of Austin, Texas. The capital's official logo has been changed at considerable cost.
For the first time in Austin's history, we will have a logo to represent the city's services and unify us as one organization, One Austin. We will go from this to this. While this effort began before I arrived as city manager, it is a project I was glad to champion.
So, Alex, they went from the cool City of Austin logo to this hideous modern design. It looks like something that belongs to, I don't know, indoor recreation centre. It's a sort of logo a pyramid selling venture might have. I hate it, Alex, and you better hate it too, or we're going to have some problems.
No, Rita, are you kidding? I'm here in Dallas, and the city manager, that guy, TC Broadno is his name. He used to be the city manager of Dallas, and they would literally copy Dallas's terrible logo. So I hate this because we live in a society where everything is ugly now. All we do is praise stuff when it's ugly, and this looks like ChatGPT garbage. It's ridiculous, Rita.
But it's just so cheap and nasty. It doesn't even have an attempt at being sophisticated or iconic or something that's memorable. But Austin is not really Texas anymore. I mean, a lot of Australians, you ask them, have you been to Texas? And they say, yeah, I've been to Austin. And I always say, well, that ain't Texas.
It's not the best representation, but you know, the worst part of this whole entire thing is they spent $1.2 million to design that ugly logo. Can you believe that? That is highway robbery. They robbed the tax-paying citizens of Austin, Texas with that rebrand. Absolutely. It's worse than Cracker Barrel. The Cracker Barrel looks great compared to the city of Austin right now.
Yeah, it is worse than Cracker Barrel. They took up something like 7 years to come up with it, so that's incredible in itself. Now, media mogul, billionaire John Malone gave CNN anchor Pamela Brown some sage advice about what the leftist network must do to reclaim credibility and an audience. He said the broad perception of CNN today is that it is coming at news with a leftist or left-of-centre bias. No kidding, mate. He said CNN risks becoming irrelevant if it cannot reclaim neutrality. Alex, the interview came as CNN trails at Fox News and even MSNBC. You look at the August data, CNN drew an average audience of 444,000. You compare that, that's prime time audience, to Fox, which is on 2.3 million, and MSNBC on 783,000. These are Nielsen figures, and they're damning for CNN, and you could argue for MSNBC. The second place is a long way from first place.
No, you're exactly right. And you look at CNN, I mean, obviously everybody knows they have a huge bias when it comes to their journalism. You know, I put that in quotes. But really, I don't think people would care. But now CNN has just lost so much credibility that even the people on their own side don't even believe the garbage that they're spewing every day on their airwaves. So they've really lost their connection with the left. So once you're trying to appease the left and then you lose the left, there's no way for CNN to actually survive unless they take a strategy where they'll be, you know, more unbiased. But I think their reputation and MSNBC's reputation through Donald Trump's constant trolling is basically unrepairable at this moment.
Yeah, I think their idea of being down the line is having Scott Jennings on a panel with four left-leaning individuals. So that's the balance they're bringing to their news programs. Now, before you go, the New York Post is reporting that President Trump's Department of Justice is considering banning trans people from buying guns. Some Department of Justice members believe the move can be approved as a follow-up on Trump's executive order banning military service by transgender people. Alex, are we suddenly going to see Democrats become passionate about the Second Amendment here?
You know, I actually would kind of like to see Democrats passionate about the Second Amendment, because without the Second Amendment, we really can't defend the First Amendment, which is freedom of speech. So I believe that we need guns. But at the same time, you saw that viral clip of Joe Rogan just spitting facts, saying the last, mass shooters we're all either non-binary or transgender. So it is a pattern that is very alarming. But I just really do not like when the government starts to infringe on our rights because of mental health. Because to be honest, everybody's a little crazy. But you know, I don't know if the government should really outlaw people from having guns, especially trans people. I mean, yes, they should be on a list, but I don't know. It's just a tough thing because the Second Amendment is so important, and you know, it just sets the precedent for red flag laws.
Thank you, Alex.